Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When we last left off, we were here at Osgiliath. It is the elven outpost of the Golden Host. Pretty much in the center of the zone here. We're pretty much in the center of Mirkwood. Kind of equidistant to the back corners of Dol Guldur as it is equidistant over here to the Ekad Saranen and the landing in the Murkeeves. And that is where we left off. We had left, we were last at the Haunted Inn, which is a good ways to the west and a little to the north of where we are now. And they were trying to find out the choice of the ways. And we are looking for Enethel in Osgiliath, and from them we are to travel along the road here to Minas Gil and hide behind the upright stones along the road and see if we can determine whether the center path here is safe to travel or not. As you see, you've caught us right in the middle of a raging thunderstorm as well. I always talk about it never being daylight when I'm in Mirkwood, but whenever, looks like when it is daylight, I get caught in the middle of a thunderstorm. So, we are going to travel along the road here until we can get to Minas Gil, which I think is this way. You know, they had 3 routes that they said we could take. One of us wants to scout out the route through the Scuttledales. The other one wants to scout the route through Tor Morvich. And we are to scout out, this time, the center route as we head to Minas Gil. And I think the stones that we're looking for, we've got the standing stones. There's at least 3 of them, as you see here, that we have to hide behind. And I am going to go ahead and put myself into sneak mode. As we're traveling along, we have to find at least 3 of them, because you have 0 to 3. So we have to find the stones along this road. And they want us to hide behind them and see what happens along this road, so that will know whether or not it is a safe path for the hidden host to take whenever we're bringing Mazog over to, there we go, see? There's the stone path right there. I can see 2 stones doing. Where are we at? Okay, so Minas Gil must be this tower right here. That looks like that's the way we're heading. Okay, so let us come on over here. We will hide behind the standing stone. Looks like we're going to need to click on it. And let us see what happens. You hide behind the upright stone. Keep your eyes peeled, or I have something to tell the blade about you. We have patrolling scouts heading down the path. Orc warriors, a scouting orc warrior, and a patrolling scout as they disappear around the curve there. Okay. Now, let us control on further up until we get to the upright stone here, and then we will hide behind it. And then let us see what happens. Another patrolling scout and orc warrior. A pox on this hell. How long do we have to keep this watch, boss? Alright, 2 stones down. 1 more to find as we do our climb. Looks like it's not quite as close to the other 2. I remember this old winding path back and forth here. Went to Minas Gil up here for a number of quests. Could not remember its name, but yeah, there were a number of quests and stuff that took place in that tower right up there. I remember those shards of twilight there, which are basically Mirkwood's version of the Grimms. If you remember the Grimms from hunting in the wintry areas where you'd have the ice Grimms and all, and the fire Grimms, these are their twilight Grimms, the shards of twilight. And here's another scouting orc and a patrolling scout. Let's see what they have to say as they come past. I could do with some grub. How many of us really need to watch this road anyway? And that seems to have taken care of it. We know that there are regular groups of patrolling orcs on this road. So we are going to head back. Yep, that's definitely Minas Gill, and we got close enough to give it a sign. We're going to head on back down the hill to Ostgaleth, and we will see you when we return there, and when we talk again to Enethal, and give him our report. We have returned back to the stronghold. Let's find where Enethal is. There they are, right up here, next to the exit going out. We will stop and speak with them, and let them know that the central path heading to Minas Gill seems to be quite heavily patrolled.
What is safe for the Golden Host is not safe for the errand of the Hidden Guard.
I see, Gnarlo. It would appear that the orcs are indeed watching the road through Eminlun very closely. What is safe for the Golden Host, then, is not safe for the errand of the Hidden Guard. I cannot recommend this way to Kukaran. The Hidden Guard must find another way to Dol Guldur, a secret way. Passage through Eminlun is too closely watched. Alright, fantastic. Now we have to pick one of the others, Aid Irembes or Aid Gladiel. So Gladiel and the Scuttledales, I think, will be the easiest one at the moment to find. It looks like their camp should be right there. So if we travel along the eastern road, the eastern road, and then turn north, we should be able to follow these paths right up on in there to there. So that is what we are going to do. And I will go out the eastern side once more. Once again, we will pretty much treat it as a travelogue portion, being that we only traveled up this road as far as where you turn off onto Minas Gill. So we need to travel along until we find a northern. There's a goblin spy, just in time. Did we do? We need to go along until we find the northern turnoff instead of the eastern turnoff, which looks like that might be it right here, perhaps. Well, maybe not. Looked like an area on our map there where we turn, but maybe not. A little further, perhaps. Well, it is so hard to say. These roads, as the dwarves found out whenever they were going through Mirkwood, these roads are so hard to detect and to stick on here in Mirkwood. They are quite overgrown and quite difficult to keep an eye on. There we go. That looks like the road that we're looking for right here. Nice broad path there. I wonder where part of it it's going to. Yeah, so that's where we should have come on, but I'm not sure how we should have got there. Maybe that? Don't know. But the route we're taking is further to the north, deeper into the Scuttledales. Probably right along through here. And let us go until we can find the route to the Elven camp. Look at that bright overcast sky. We had one like that yesterday. Oh my lord, did it rain and rain and thunderstorm like crazy yesterday. Alright, we found the Pool of Tranquility. And it looks like, if I am looking at this correctly, like up that way may be the path to the camp we are looking for. Let's go up here. Is it more up this way, or did we need to turn to the left more? We need to turn to the left more and go that way. It has been a long time since I was in this part of Middle Earth. With all the spiders and the black dogs. Okay, there's the camp we're looking for, right up there on that hill. And I never spent a huge amount of time in this place, especially the Scuttledales here. So It is somewhat new to me. Now, is this what we're looking for? We are looking for someone named Erenbees. And this is not Erenbees. This is definitely the scout camp, but it is not Erenbees that we're looking for. I wonder if they'll be along this path, maybe. Because that looks like the northern path. If we're going to avoid going this way, it looks like the other way through will be up here. Alright, so we need to see. Let's see where Erenbees might be. 3 scouts have been sent out. Cucuron's asked you to speak. Not Erenbees, Gladiel. Gladiel is in the Scuttledales, west of the Shrine of the Ancient One, near the border of Gathburs. Okay. So here's Gathburs. Ooh, how much you want to think the shrine is that big green gooey looking area there? So we're not looking for Erenbees, we're looking for Gladiel. But we will head on down that way. Why don't we go ahead and see what kind of quests they have? Black Venom, Entangled Elves. Those are definitely quests to deal with spiders. Black Wings, Innocence in Peril, and Whence the Dead. Black Wings would be the crows. I'm not sure about the Innocence, but Whence the Dead would be, I think there's a fort of undead, a fort of wights, and all in this particular part of Mirkwood as well. Let us continue on. I'm thinking we have to go back down to the Pool of Tranquility and then head up the other side and head toward the west. It would be quite a nice forest here if it wasn't for the evil presence, for all the evil in it and all. Spiders and everything else. This is quite a lovely forest. Well designed with the hills and the trees and all. Now let's look at our map again. Yep, we're definitely headed in the right direction it seems this time. Keep an eye out on the map for a ring to pop up. Hopefully it will be Gladiel. Just to the west of a shrine to the evil one. And we're seeing some definitely some evil looking spiky bits up ahead. Some sort of ruins ahead of us. And on the edge of the border with Gathburs. Gathburs is that ahead of us. I am thinking that where the road forks, perhaps to the left. Looks like it forks in 2 directions here. I'm going to take the one to the left, head up north. Ooh, look at that foul-looking tree. Like I said, here's some of those evil wights and things here. Up, and there we go. Told you there were some evil undead things in these parts. Level 64 warrior here. That would be quite a nuisance if you were a newbie coming into the Mirkwood, because remember, you'd be about 60 or 61 now. If you were doing this at level, and back in the day whenever you didn't level up so fast. And there's a named undead. Thorun. A level 64 named wight. Alright. The Shrine of the Ancient One. Yeah, this is where we were looking for. It said it was to the west? Is that what it said? She was to the west of the shrine? Let me show you where the shrine is. It's definitely that tree we were looking at. Looks like maybe this road up here. So let's see if we can circle on around. And it looks like there's a road up to the north of it. It's a lot nicer than it was back in the day whenever I was on my dwarf out here. I do remember this little area here. Didn't remember in particular that it was the shrine of the Ancient One or anything like that, but I do remember this particular area and basically having to fight my way through it on my dwarf. Wasn't that it was particularly difficult. I mean, everything was blue and all to him too. It's just it's nicer not having to actually do the fights. To be able to skip past most of the fights this way. And there's a ring we're looking for right there. Looks like she may be on top of this hill. I'm assuming Gladielle is a she. I could be wrong. Could be doing some sexist. But nope. It sounded feminine enough.
Hail
Gladielle.
and well met. It is good to speak with an ally at last.
Hail, burglar, and well met indeed, for I've seen naught but spiders and black dogs for 3 days now, and it is good to speak with an ally at last. A great gloom hangs over this corner of the wood, likely emanating from the barrows just to the north of here. No one has tended those barrows for an age, and they are home now to evils only, and the spiders are everywhere. I cannot recommend that the hidden guard come this way until we know for sure how deadly the venom of these spiders may be. It seems that the eyes of Dol Guldur are not watching the Scuttledales, but that will be no relief to any of our company who fall to the spiders in the name of secrecy. Take this cloth and use it to gather the venom from slain spiders here in the Scuttledales. I will see how perilous it may be. So we need to collect venom samples from spiders. We need to get 6 of them. And that is what we will do. Looks like we can get from any of them, really. And as you see here, with the webs and all, it should not be too hard to find some spiders in this particular area. So I am going to sit here for just a moment. I'm going to go get my coffee. And we will be back in just a few moments. We have returned. It is still coming down rain out here. Let us travel about, see whether or not we can manage to find some of those spiders. Looks like this particular area here around Gladielle has a bunch of... I didn't actually take it, didn't
well
I?
met. It is good to speak with an ally at last.
See if we can find some of the spiders and all here in the Scuttledales. I mean, seriously, it shouldn't be that hard to do. They are just about everywhere. You saw the webs in the trees around where she was there. So we are going to do a little scouting about. See, there's more webs in those trees right yonder. So there's definitely plenty of spiders about. At least gives you the impression there's plenty of them about. Let's head further north. To the north here. You see up toward that cave. I know that cave has got like a monstrous, queen of the spiders of the southern Mirkwood area here. So if we're going to run into any place to find enough easy targets, easy target meaning availability, not easy target being in how difficult they are. Ooh, man, did it get dark. We got close to some kind of source of evil there, didn't we? I got a feeling somewhere on top of one of these rocks, maybe a crossover across that bridge there perhaps, there's some source of dread pouring down there, wasn't there? Things got really dark and evil looking. Even for evening in the sundown in the Mirkwood here. All right. I can't believe we've had to travel this far to find a spider. That poor stag there makes you go, maybe you shouldn't be so... I think most of the wildlife might not be around here much more any longer. Alright, let us see if we can distract it. I would say with the spiders, their weakness is probably buying shoes. And let's see if this is going to be good enough for giving us a taste of the venom that we've got to come across. Alright, New Deed's Spider Slayer. And it looks like it does consider that as getting a venom sample. It should be it. Venom Cloth. This cloth has been given to you for the purpose of collecting venom samples from the spiders of the Scuttledales. Spider venom stains the cloth. There's our next target. Same as before. And I would imagine if its weakness is buying shoes, then the way to puzzle it and confuse it there is to pull the old your shoes untied trick on it. There we go, Gorgorod. I knew this particular part had some kind of nasty name to it. Fall into us pretty easily. That is 2 spiders. Only 2 spiders. The other one didn't give us a sample. There's the black venom ambusher. You saw it lowering itself down from above on a web as we approached. However, it wasn't ambushing too quickly there. It was ambushing a little too quickly, wasn't it? Should have waited until we were actually close. Ouch. I should have waited until my health healed up a little bit. I think we might not have healed back before we took that one on. Alright. This is what we're going to continue doing. We're going to head a little deeper into Gorgorod here. And see if we can't take out 3 more spiders. And when we get them, we will head back on over to Gilead. Sorry, Gladiel. And I will rejoin y'all when we have accomplished that. Well, I was hoping that would be spider number 6. Well, it was actually far more than spider number 6, but I was hoping that would be venom number 6. We're still looking for one more. We've killed about 9 or 10 so far. Hopefully maybe this one will do it. Been one of those things talked about. Not every single one has dropped the venom we were looking for. Only about 2/3 of them have. Still pretty high numbers, of course. But it has required us to kill a few more than what we would normally think we would have to do. It is still rain. Oops. Actually, you should see the rain stop here in just a second because it's about to go nighttime. And one thing this game, the one thing I can say that I do miss about the game and wish they would do better was that, you know, I'm used to games like EverQuest where you could have raging nighttime thunderstorms. And some of them were glorious, you know, especially if you were human back, as we say, back in the day. If you were a human wandering around, you'd be outside and it'd be dark as pitch. And all about you would be just crackling lightning. The thunder pounding, the lightning crackling, the sky flashing. Oh, it could be amazing. But Middle-earth doesn't like that. It doesn't do that. As you see, as evening falls on, you'll notice it is going to stop raining here in just a few. Because it doesn't rain at nighttime here. And it's a shame. And the sky is already clearing up. Rain lasts for a few minutes after the sky starts clearing up and clouds start going away. But yeah, the rain never lasts. Whenever it actually turns, whenever you hear the nighttime ambience and it actually turns dark and the little emblem there turns from a sun to a moon, Yeah, there you are now, Weaver. Why weren't you there a little while ago? You'll see the last remaining bits of the rain stop. Alright, let's go on back to Gladielle. Let's give her the cloths that have been soaked in the venom. And be thankful that it's a situation where we're handing her stained, stiff, crunchy rags that she knows how why they're stained, stiff, and crunchy. And we won't have any, shall we say, questionable, difficult questions to answer. That's what I'm trying to come up with. Won't be any difficult questions to answer. Now, where did we leave this Miss Gladielle? I thought she should be right along in here somewhere. Did we travel down this way? I think maybe we did. I don't remember that we had to travel this far. And indeed, we have taken a wrong turn because we definitely didn't come through those trees there. So let's head back. Maybe we traveled under that log. Interesting. Now I'm going to have to find the elf that we left behind. I don't remember her being down this way. Yeah, we didn't travel into those trees, I didn't think. Alright, I'm going to keep circling around until I find the elf. I knew I should have took that left turn at Albuquerque. And once we find her again, we will rejoin you for the second time. Okay, we're coming back up on it again. All we had to really do was hug that left wall right there. And oh my God, was that difficult to do. We wandered around for quite a while here. Let's go back to talking to Gladielle and see what she has to think about this particular route.
Let me see. In small quantities, it appears that this venom need not be fatal.
Let me see the samples of venom you have collected using the cloth I gave to you, Gnarlo. In such small quantities as you would encounter with a single spider, this venom will make you ill, but it should have no lasting effects. Large doses of the venom would be more serious, of course, but I can recommend passage to the Scuttledales to the elves of the Hidden Guard, as long as they can limit exposure to large numbers of these spiders as they pass. Okay. Whoa, there we go. We have leveled up level 66. Wow. All right. Fantastic. We have changed level 66. We have gotten the improved riddle instead of the regular riddle. Does not break stealth. Oh, we can do it from stealth. Nice. And gives a 30-second daze. Very nice. I like that. We leveled up a couple items, but nothing that needs to be reforged yet. So I think at that, since we've got one more place to go, we are going to map our way back to Ostgaleth rather than try to find our way back through the maze here. Go back down to Ostgaleth, and once we reach there, we are going to camp it on out. There we go. We're back at the milestone. We're going to camp out here by the stable master. We might grab a horse from her next time and take a ride back on over to the haunted inn, because that is where we will be traveling back. Actually, we won't even be traveling to the haunted inn. This is good, because we need to follow down the road here to Tar Morvich and see if we can find the elf that we're waiting for down here. That's the one we saw earlier, Erembes. So we've got to find Erembes down here in Tar Morvith now, and see whether or not what they think of the southern route. At the moment, it looks like the northern route through the Scuttledales is looking the most promising of the two. All right, there you go. Hope you all have enjoyed it. I'm off for another couple of days, so I am definitely going to get a couple more episodes up. Definitely scout out a remaining pathway in the next episode. And then perhaps the one after that, we will start moving Mazog again, depending on what those elves and Doomhammers or Gloomhammers or whatever the dwarves' name was. It Gloomhammer? Gloomhammer, I think. Whatever the other members of the hidden guard decide they want to do. So we will catch you next time. Thanks for coming along, as always. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.